on Amazon, and I want you to know they tried to take everything. Hey guys, this is Aquania Escarne, the creator of The Purpose of Money, and I'm going to tell you what happened when my Amazon account got hacked and what you can do to protect yourself and your money. So I was minding my business, waiting in the airport, about to load a flight, when American Express called me and asked some really crazy questions. They were like, hey, did you go on Amazon and try to buy $399 worth of stuff using Amazon points? And I was like, what? No. First of all, I don't use points frivolously on odds and ends stuff from Amazon. And I would never spend $399 on Amazon and try to use points for that if it doesn't make sense, right? Points are reserved for vacations, luxury stays, and other things that you get more bang for your buck when you cash them in. So I immediately told American Express, no, I did not do that. But who did? American Express has really sophisticated fraud. Red flags go off when you try to do certain transactions. So they immediately shut down the transaction. But here's what happened next that I didn't know what was going to happen. So I immediately was ready to change my password so that I could stop whoever was in my Amazon account from accessing any more information. What I didn't know is that as soon as American Express disputed the transaction, Amazon was going to shut me down too. But unfortunately, they did not shut me down before the hackers made more purchases. Yep. They didn't just try to purchase things on American Express points. They also utilized my debit card on file to make some other purchases, one being $649 and some change, and another one being $53 and some change. Unfortunately, these charges were pending. So they were taken, the money was taken from my bank account, but the charges are still pending. So they haven't actually processed them. But I immediately called my bank to dispute those charges as well. But I wasn't able to get into my Amazon account, so I can't even figure out what the heck these people bought. Because this is what happened. When you get hacked or when Amazon suspects suspicious activity and you dispute a charge, they put your account on hold. So I wasn't able to log into my Amazon account. I couldn't change the password on my Amazon account, and I couldn't even see what these people were buying. But from the emails that I got, I knew what the $399 purchase was because I got a detailed message from Amazon basically saying that unless I provided another form of payment because I disputed that transaction, they were not going to fill the order until I paid for it. And if I wanted to claim it as activity I didn't authorize, I needed to email Amazon directly from my account email address to dispute that charge. So that's what I immediately did. I did that to try to regain access to my account, but it looks like the hackers tried to get an iPad and an iWatch charger on my American Express points. How dare they? But the $649 stuff and the $53 stuff, don't know exactly what that is yet because I can't access my Amazon account. I can't see the orders either. And you know what's crazy? The confirmations for those purchases, the address is also not available. It's marked as confidential, as though I had purchased items from a gift registry. So you know how sometimes you purchase gifts off a gift registry and the address is not disclosed to you, but the items that you want to buy are readily there for you to see? It looks like the hackers basically picked some items off of a registry, purchased those items, and then proceeded to send it to themselves, but the address is not disclosed. So I have no idea what they tried to buy, but the purchases are still not going through because I've disputed them. But in the meantime, American Express issued me a new card because I require a new credit card now to utilize my American Express benefits. And I had to be issued a new debit card because my debit card had been compromised. So these are the lessons that I learned being hacked on Amazon. First and foremost, it is super important to have stronger passwords. I had actually been telling myself to update my password on Amazon and authorize dual authentication, but I just was so busy, I didn't get around to it. And I paid the price because now I have had my account compromised and I have to create a stronger password anyway. And I'm immediately setting up dual authentication so that anytime someone tries to log into my Amazon account, I'm going to also have to use a code that's text to my cell phone in order to gain access. The next thing I'm recommending that you do is minimize the cards on file for anything that you're going to store information for. So ideally, I would have not wanted to store any credit cards on any platforms, but you know how Amazon is. In order to have Amazon Prime, you got to have that payment on file. So I had a couple of cards on file and now they need to be replaced because of the hack. So moving forward, I'm going to minimize the cards that I have on file, and I will always choose a credit card now over a debit card 100% of the time, because the credit cards were quick to take action, pronounce fraud, and refund any charges that may have gone through. And as soon as I wrote the letter to Amazon, they acknowledged that I did not authorize those charges and they ruled in my favor. So that's done. But the bank money that was taken or is still pending and taken from my account is still pending, but will also hopefully be ruled in my favor since it's the same situation, just a different card was utilized. But my bank is already on it. They already replaced my card. They have already processed the disputes. And I'm just waiting on Amazon to also rule in my favor on that situation. But I definitely wanted to warn you guys of what could happen and how you can handle it. The best thing to do is to stay calm and make good decisions. So if anyone from your bank or your credit card company calls you about a potential fraud case, pick up the phone. I don't screen my calls. That's how I knew to pick up the phone when they called, and answer the questions and let them help you so they can stop the damage from bleeding, right? So definitely watch out. Make sure you're protecting your information online. Honestly, I've had an Amazon account for it feels like decades and I've never had this problem. But these days, hackers are just persistent. Like these dudes were so persistent, they resent me an item I'd already mailed myself. I purchased a few weeks ago just to test it out. So this is another thing to look out for. If you ever get an email from Amazon about an order for something you've already received, it's probably an issue or a sign of a hack, because they emailed me an iPhone watch charger that they purchased an iPhone watch charger that I purchased 3 weeks ago, again, to test the card to make sure that it worked. And then they proceeded to go with the bigger purchases that got flagged. So they're always going to test out with small purchases first in hopes that you don't notice. And in this case, Amazon let the small purchase go through. The watch charger showed up to my house and I was like, that's not mine. I didn't order it because I already received that product. But now I have to get with Amazon to return it so I can at least get that money back in the event they do want to charge me for something that came to my house, right? Because they have on file that I have that product come to my house. But the other product was sent to this anonymous address that I have no visibility of where it was, and I definitely didn't order. So look out for sneaky tricks like this. Check your emails. Make sure you have dual authentication set up so you know when people are logging into your account. And another thing that I have on a credit card that I love and really helps make sure that there are no fraudulent activities is the alerts or text messages and emails every time I make a purchase. So on my business Capital One card, for example, every single time I swipe that card, I get a message letting me know that that transaction was approved and that it's been processed. So unfortunately, I didn't have that set up for the Amex card, so I didn't get the alert when they tried to use points to purchase an iPad, but I definitely got the support I needed from Amex immediately to make sure that product and transaction was shut down. So make sure you're protecting yourself online, guys. Use credit cards over debit cards every single time because, as I learned, you do not want anyone to have access to your bank account. Fortunately for me, we have access and that money is not killing us, but the bank is saying they might take up to 45 days to process the dispute and return the money. So we are out of that money until this dispute is resolved. and that money came out of our checking account. But fortunately, the card is shut down, the access is shut down, and now I know what to look for when hackers are in your Amazon account, and I can share that information with you. Let me know if you have any questions or comments in the comments below. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe if you like this video. Thank you so much. Later, guys.